Railroads date back to the early 1800s, as they were a huge advancement at the time, as they were able to carry many passengers and get them to a far destination quicker. The train also helped carry the world's goods from one city to another and really helped with the civilization of people by aiding in the creation of time zones as people were trying to ship cargo to the other side of the country. This made it so Americans could settle in a city and stay there, as everything they needed could be shipped by train. When more government regulations started to arise in the early 20th century, as cars and airplanes started to hit the market, it became harder and harder for railroads to keep up and be profitable. The railroad system kind of took a pause after this, as innovation on cars became a better moneymaker for people. The car seemed ideal to Americans, as it was fast, could carry cargo and people, and you had control of where it took you. Cars, however, as we know, aren't very sustainable, as they burn carbon and aid in the depletion of the ozone layer. Today we have huge advancements in the car industry, with electric cars being produced, as there is a push for a greener Earth. Some studies suggest, based on previous trends, that we will become completely electric by 2040. But is this really the direction we want to move in? Electric cars are good for the Earth as they don't burn carbon, but they aren't the best at transportation. Most fully electric cars only have a range of about 100 miles on a full charge. This may be better for short distance travel, but it does not help the problem of long distance travel and how to be sustainable in that area, as semi-trucks still burn carbon and a lot of it. Electric cars come with a higher initial cost, which may not be ideal for some people. Also, in a society of people who like owning things unique to them, it would be hard to find an electric car that is unique, as only a few models have been made. If you're like me, you might be thinking, well, what happened to the railroad system, and why don't they improve that? When we look at other countries, such as Austria, Japan, and Germany, who have already implemented high-speed rail, we see the potential benefits that can come from it, and also it tells us it can be done. America, however, has had a hard time convincing the government to grant permission to fund the projects for high-speed rail, as they view money can be better spent elsewhere. But why? If we look at the benefits of high-speed rail, we can see a better need for it. High-speed rail can travel at about 200 to 300 miles per hour, which compared to cars is equivalent to a third of the time needed to get to your destination. Traveling by rail is on average 3 times less CO2 intensive compared to road or air transportation. The rail system is also going to be safer than a bus or car, as there are less factors that can lead to something going wrong, like getting a flat tire. High-speed rail also has the ability to make stops if needed by passengers, so we aren't stuck sitting on a plane for multiple hours. Also, jobs can be created through the implementation of high-speed rail, as new factories will arise, causing economic growth here in America. High-speed rail is also less expensive compared to building roads, as costs are more than 4 times less than roads for passenger services and more than 6 times less than for freight services. Traveling by car is efficient, but not so efficient when it comes to traffic and rising gas prices compared to rail. The initial costs of implementing high-speed rail are going to be quite large, but with all of these benefits of implementing a high-speed railroad system and little to no downfalls, it is a no-brainer for us to make the switch in order to help provide a greener Earth. If we are willing to pay more for an electric car and add more roads to be sustainable, then I think we should first look into paying for rail.